The moment a man joins the fire service, his act of bravery is already finished. Everything afterwards is just part of the job. And that's true.
Well, I pretty much remember just about every call, but probably the most memorable was rescuing two children from a fire. Yes, we went full gear. We were dispatched mutual aid to Danville Borough for a structure fire with possible entrapment. One victim was found, and we were doing a primary search of the second division, and I found two children in the bedroom and assisted with evacuating them to safety.
That is quite difficult because most of the time when you have those experiences, you don't think about them when they're happening. So it's really not harrowing. It's later when you think about what could have happened that it scares you. You know, I've been in a room that's flashed over with fire. At the time, we knew what to do. We got out. Not many people do. We happened to be dressed in the right stuff. We were doing a structural burn class in a regular house, and there wasn't supposed to be a fire. And we were standing there talking, and all of a sudden the flames just rolling down the hallway at us. And my brother and I both just dropped to the floor and waited for a minute because we figured, well, we have a whole class out there. They've got fire trucks and hoses and everything. They'll throw some water in right away. Nothing happened. What we didn't know is they were breaking everything down to do a demonstration. We laid there, which seemed like 15 minutes, probably more like 40 seconds. And he said, I'm starting to burn. And that's when we both got up and we went straight out the window. They said we looked like two torpedoes coming out of a submarine. And we ended up with a few steam burns, but that's it.
Since I went in as a chief, we've had several big fires that I've been involved with. Peppermint Lounge burned down. The jail fire, I had command of that here in Sunbury. My own fire station burnt down. That was tear-jerking there. There's a lot that, I can remember back when I first got into it. My dad was driving one of our old engines, and we went to a house trailer fire. We made entrance into a back door, and acetylene tanks the guy had stored underneath the trailer exploded and blew three of us back out. And that was the last fire my dad ever attended. He said, either I quit or you quit. And I was young and he was a little bit older, and he decided he was going to hang it up.
What gets harrowing and what really scares you is some of the things that you see. It's not so much happening to you, but what you have to see and put up with. You go to a vehicle accident and there's parts you've got to pick up. You go to a fire and people are burnt to a crisp. For me, one of the worst is if there's a baby involved.
Worst experience I've had as a fire chief was the night that we had a fire out at Pine Valley Trailer Court, and en route to the fire, one of our fire trucks rolled over, and I got a radio report of that they had wrecked the truck, and it rolled over, and there were injuries. Well, you still have to fight the fire. You can't stop and say, wait, some of our guys are hurt and we've wrecked the fire truck, I have to go. So we had to stay there and put the fire out, not knowing the whole time who all was on the truck, how bad the injuries were. Just that was the worst night, I think, probably of my life as fire chief.
So as far as a harrowing experience, I don't know. I've been doing this for 51 years now. And I've had a lot of experiences and seen a lot of things. But I think at the time, I wasn't scared. It's more scary every time you get down on your knees and you crawl into a house and you can't see for the smoke. You can't see You really can't hear well. You can't talk because you got a face piece and a mask on. You've got so much stuff on, you lose your sense of touch. You've lost all your senses. And you know there's something in there that could kill you very easily if you don't do the right thing. That's the scary part.